crazy, but it's okay.
I don't know what I'm going to say. Okay.
You did too, the gem. Oh my God. I was going to get one for my birthday, but they told me I couldn't eat for the rest of the day, so.
The rest of the day?
Yeah, they was like for 24 hours you can't eat. Well, they said only soups and stuff.
I'll be eating.
And it was my birthday. Yeah. That's how Dominique was, because Dominique got in and they went to get me one too. All right, let's do it. Hi guys, and welcome to an all new episode of Shank You Very Much. I'm your host Sapphira, and I am here with
Ella.
Kim and me met bartending, which was a fun experience for me. And I don't really, well, I'm lying. I do be talking to people when I be bartending, but I don't like really speak to them too much. But Kim was hilarious, and I just loved her personality. So we exchanged Instagrams, and I got to like know her, like what you do. I wanted to say on the deeper level, but it ain't even that deep. But I got to know what you do, like outside of bartending. Yes. And it just interests me because I just like, I'm inspired by people that have the idea of what they want to do and they seem to be very successful at it. I mean, I know it's higher things that you want to reach, but like from like what we were just discussing about content and stuff, I like your content. I think it's so professional, and I just wanted you to, because so many people just like, you know, a lot of the fields are oversaturated with things, but I feel like being an esthetician is one thing that you really have to have passion for, because you're like doing the service for people for their natural, like their bodies. Literally. So yeah, so I wanted you to just like talk about your journey on getting there and opening up your spa and like, you know, well, what did you do? Oh, before we even get there, right?
Where do you want to start?
I need to start with my usual, because I told you I did want you to do a trauma story that I thought was hilarious. Okay. Yeah, so before we break into that, basically, let me catch you guys up in my life real fast. I haven't really been doing much. My birthday passed. It was very, very nice. I got to enjoy dinner with my friends. I really second guessed telling you guys about this restaurant, but it's so good. And I love the service so much that I would be a very whack person not to share their business. So I went to John's on 12th. Have you ever heard of John's on 12th?
I've never heard of that.
John's on 12th is like on 2nd Avenue and 12th Street. My boss told me about it. It's like a really old school Italian place. It's been open for 100 years. Wow. Yes, over 100 kind of now. And Lucky Luciano, he killed someone. It's okay. No, it's totally fine. Him and another guy killed someone in front of the restaurant, and then went back in there and finished eating their food. And I just thought that was so crazy. Like, that kind of stuff is so interesting to me, and like, to me, it's just like real New York, you know, like old school New York. So it was really amazing.
I like that.
Yes, the workers in there, they're like young, hot Italian guys. Like, they're really, really cute. So we were in there, and you know, we weren't the only black people in there. It was like, you know, sprinkle of other black people in there, but we were like the only large group of like black women, and it was really nice. We all looked really amazing. My theme was like Studio 54. Oh, wow. So everybody was like really shiny and cute, and everybody had on like their fur jackets and stuff. And this one black girl came up to us like, "You guys look so amazing." I was like, "I know, that's right." I was so hyped about that. And then one of the waiters, when my friend was taking a photo of us after we left, he came up to my friend. It was like in a movie. He went up to her after he took his bow tie off from work, and he was like, "I just want to let you know you look so amazing tonight, and I really do hope you use my number." I looked at her, I said, "I know that's right. He looked good." I mean, that's right. You got to catch the young white men while they're young. You know, when they get older, they switch up on you.
They switch up.
So you got to catch them in their prom. And he was in his prom. He looked so handsome. Okay. And I love that. So it was a really great time. Then the next day, my best friend and my cousin and my other really close friend, they took me out to 1908, which is like a Cajun-inspired restaurant. I think it's called 1908. I probably could have made that number up, but I know it's called 19-something.
No, I made the number up.
It was really nice. I really enjoyed the dinner. I wasn't the biggest fan of the food, but my best friend did. Was nice? Yeah, the aesthetic was very nice. It gave like old school New Orleans, but Tati made me really happy because she said to me, like, all the restaurants that we've been going to for our birthdays have been so good. So in like normal fashion, I'm just like at the table smirking because I'm like, I picked every restaurant. So then she looks up at me and she's like, what you gonna say? You picked every restaurant? And I was like, I wasn't gonna say it since you guys didn't take it. But I did. So yeah, I have really good taste. But outside of that, I've just been, per usual, working on projects, trying to see them to the end. But I've been literally stuck on my couch. I just said this to Kim. I've been sleeping on my couch, y'all, for 2 weeks. I slept on my couch the weekend of my birthday. That is really bad.
Wow.
And like my room is fine. Like it's I
what
can go back
like,
there and sleep.
like, does that feel good? Like,
I don't know. I do think one of the reasons is I have a serious TV addiction. Like a really bad.
Like you'll
TV.
stay up. Like
Well, right now, because of I said this on my last episode, I am taking some like antidepressants for my anxiety, and I just started them probably like a little over a month ago, and they've been really helping me. My mood has been really better.
Okay.
Like it's times that I feel like I could have like really lost it. Like my losing it is just, if I'm being very transparent, it's like me crying and like just hiding and crying. Yeah. And like it could just be like about things that's going on in my life or like how I'm handling things. But I had one of the most trying Februaries of all time. Like it was really, really a crazy, crazy month for me. And I was taking the pills and I just wasn't like, as, I don't hate to say weak, but I wasn't as fragile as I normally will be. Like, and I'm not like a frustrating person. Like I don't throw things, toss things. Like I have to be like at a real peak and feel like in danger or to react like that. But here nor there, the pills have been the only side effect outside of like nausea, which the nausea went away. I have had insomnia. So that's probably why I'm in the living room too, because it probably just feels a bit more spacious for me. I have easier access to like get water and stuff like that. But yeah, I just been like on my couch for 2 weeks. So I've been saying that starting my work week, which is today, I will go to my room. But I don't think I want to go there. Yeah, we're gonna see. But other than that, that's really all I've been up to, guys. I'm trying to think if anything more exciting has happened to me. No, not really. I'm like, I was saying that to you too. I'm kind of like living a kind of low-key life. I'm supposed to really start like saving a lot this month. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to save a lot more money because I plan on like saving a good amount. Each month for like the rest of the year. But I'm also sad because I know it's going to interfere with the things I love to do. But it's just about sacrifices, making sacrifices for the better. So I'm just like, I'm excited because I have to like, I got to show up for myself. So that's what it's about right now.
Be a big girl.
Exactly. But other than that, all right, so this is my favorite part. And this is really funny because I don't normally ask people to do a specific trauma story, but Kim told me this story one day, and I think, if you know me, I'm pretty funny. But Kim, the way she told the story was hilarious, okay?
I honestly don't even, now it's so funny because I don't even know which story she's talking about.
Oh my God.
Stories. That's why I am just like dying inside. Okay, like, girl, which story you got me telling these people? Which story, girl? So
the story is when you went and got your hair done.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry, Kim.
Okay, no, it's fine.
Okay, it's fine.
It's completely fine.
So, and just,
I have so many other better stories.
You do? I would love to hear a new one because you're a great storyteller.
Am I?
You're a really good storyteller. Did you see the way you had me laughing?
Honestly, I'm funny.
No, you are.
I feel like,
and that's what you said after you told me the story, and I said you are.
No, I am funny. That's one thing I know about myself. I think I get it from my mother. She's really funny.
And she's a Pisces queen.
She's
too.
a Pisces, yeah, and she's so sarcastic, and I'm just like, I love that for you. Like, she gets me laughing, and I'm just like, That's so funny.
Oh my God! And does your mom ever switch over to French when she's talking to you?
Switch over to Creole, you mean?
Yeah.
We speak Creole.
So back and forth.
So at
Okay.
home I speak Creole. I don't really speak English. If I'm speaking English, I'll mix it up with my sister.
Okay.
So I'll intermingle like English and Creole. Cool. But it's mostly Creole because my mom is straight off the boat.
I was telling my best friend, which was funny last night. I was telling her because I have this photo, my screensaver, which is my grandfather's twin siblings, and they're from St. Lucia. So they grew up speaking patois, in the house. And my grandmother, who later on was diagnosed with bipolar and schizophrenia, and she like committed suicide and everything, but she had like her own mental problems. And she used to tell my grandfather, like, don't teach them French, because if you teach them like patois, they'll understand what we're talking about.
Right.
And my grandfather, he was a chemist, he worked a lot, so he didn't really have tons of time to teach them. But I always be referencing, like, you know, if my grandpa taught my mom patois, I would know how to speak French. So my best friend, I guess she got tired of hearing me say it, and she goes, Sapphira, do you really believe that? She's like, do you really? Like, do you really believe that you would be speaking French? So I'm like, yeah. Then I thought about it more, and I'm like, my mom barely wanted to be a mom. Would she really be teaching me French too? Maybe no.
So we should stop holding on. We should let go.
That's the point I'm at. It's just like, let it go, girl.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to happen for you.
It wasn't going to happen. Maybe in another life we probably spoke patois.
My dream is to have a French nanny. Okay. So at least if I don't speak French, my children can.
Yeah, of course.
Because I want somebody from St. Lucia too, so they can like make me feel like they're my grandparents.
So your family's from St. Lucia?
My mom's father's from St. Lucia. My father's from Trinidad.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, they're just speaking broken English.
Yeah.
It's just English. But I would love to speak French, so I'm always amazing about that. But neither here or there. Let's hear this story.
Let's hear this story. Okay. You're gonna edit this, right?
I can edit it.
You're gonna edit it?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
And ideally, the trauma story is meant to be funny. It's supposed to be an experience that you live that you're like, I do not want to deal with nothing like that again. Like, it's so embarrassing that it's funny. That's what because I have
I hope you guys find this one funny.
I have so many memories of just being completely embarrassed that it's just like cringe. That I just think that shit is funny as hell.
Yeah. It is. I'm always getting embarrassed. Damn, like my whole life. It's embarrassing. Okay. But, you know, you move on from embarrassment. And it's funny because you can laugh about it later. But I feel like this one is super funny, but it's one of those experiences that you definitely laugh about later. So, not at the moment, because it's not funny. So, I was in college in Albany.
Okay.
So, I had lived off campus. First year, I lived on campus, because, you know, freshman. And after that, it was too expensive. My mom was like, it's either you stay, you know, over here, you come back home, or you get an apartment. And we both know you're not doing that. And then, you know, I call her bluff. I'm like, I'm not getting an apartment. Honey, okay, now I'm running up the bread. And I'm going to get an apartment. I mean, it wasn't the fanciest apartment in the world, but it was my first apartment. I was 19. And so I got an apartment with one of the girls that I was really close with in college. Her name was Imani. She's a great person. So we got our first apartment together, and we got 3 bedrooms, so we would always rent out the 3rd bedroom. Okay. Just so, you know, obviously pay the bills, things like that. So I was dating somebody at the time, and it was like an off and on situation, you know,
college.
Messy, college. Off and on situation. We live in our lives, but we mess with each other, but we love each other, but you did this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that. Like, I'm happy that, you know, the past.
You gotta be grateful for those situations early as opposed to later, because people are living that today.
People
at
are
our
living
age.
that today.
And
so,
that's what I be saying.
It's a little crazy. So, you know, I have my apartment or whatever, so I could have anybody really over if I wanted to. Like, you know, it's kind of like a different type of freedom when you live on your own, for sure. So I'm glad I got to experience that. So the person I was dating, like I said, we was off and on. At this point, we were definitely beefing. Like, like I think something had happened. I had found something out. Or like I peeped something. You know how it is when you're younger. Like social media is toxic. Like and the thing is, I'm the type of person, if I see something, I'm not telling you about it.
Oh wow.
Or I peeped, and that's it. Because
I'm
I
always
don't
into
have a
that.
million talks in me.
Yeah,
I
get
don't,
that.
and I don't,
I
and
get
I
that.
feel like I can talk to you. Like I feel like 2 to 3 times, 3 times if I really care.
Yeah.
And after that, it's just like, all right, you're playing in my face.
Yeah.
Now you're really playing in my face. So yeah, they left their clothes at, because they had a drawer.
Okay.
Because they would stay with me sometimes, but then stay at their place. They were actually from upstate. So
Oh wow.
yeah, they were from upstate.
So you was playing from the jump. Why did you choose somebody from upstate?
I was playing from the jump. Myself, right? I really was playing myself. Like I was like, honestly though, when I was living out there, I was definitely like an upstate head. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it was honestly, all my friends would probably be like, "Hey, what are you saying?" I used to be like, "You're flays," which meant like you're fake.
Oh,
yeah, like
okay.
up there, so I'm like, "Yeah, you're
Wait,
fake."
what years were you in school?
What was it, 2016 to 20? Because I stayed there for 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was
so you was
even
upstate.
after, I was upstate.
Oh wow,
I was really. I switched up, but it's cheaper over there. Like they're not better than us. Like there's literally cheaper over there, so it's like I could close my eyes and have my bills paid. You know what I'm saying? And nobody got to scream at me, tell me what to do. Like it was just my freedom, my own
convenience.
space.
Yeah, the only time I've ever lived on my own was up in Binghamton when I was in school. That was the only time that I would pay money to have that space again to myself. Like you don't appreciate it until you don't
it's gone.
Yeah, like
and you're just like, and then you pray to God again. And you know what it is though, like redirection, things like that. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. Yeah. But then again, it's like, you move around and everything's not going to be like you want it to be.
Yeah.
But as long as you work towards your goals, like you can get there.
Yeah,
like,
it's obtainable for sure.
Yeah, it is. No, it's not impossible.
Sure. Yeah, no, my next step, I need to be alone. Like, I can't be more serious about it.
Yeah.
I need to be alone.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
But please continue.
Oh yeah, we got to, of course. Okay, so I was beefing with the person at the time or whatever. We was having a little argument or whatever. So I'm like, all right, I peeped something. You told me this so and so was in the. All right, I see that you're being funny. This, I peeped something that I didn't like. So I was just mad. Like I'm going through a lot of stuff at the time. My family's 3 hours away. So I'm just mad. Like I'm just like, all right, this is. Sometimes I will admit you can rely on people emotionally too much. Like, and I feel like, especially when you're younger. Yeah. So I feel like I'll take accountability for being like super emotional and things like that. Like when it was still like you lied. Yeah. So I'm getting all their stuff out the drawer. Yeah. I'm putting all their stuff. I couldn't find anything, so I put it in a garbage bag. Yeah.
That's better than throwing it in the street.
I know. I wasn't going to throw it in the street, but I was just like, I had to stop messing with this person. Yeah. And I knew I wasn't done, but I wanted to make a statement or whatever the case may be. So I put all their stuff in a garbage bag, and I had put it in the living room. And I was like, if you want to come, because I don't even want to talk to them right now. If you want to come get your stuff, like it's going to be living room, like cool. I don't know what possessed me to put it in the living room the night before. I should have just put it the day that they were going to come. I put it the night before. So my roommate, I
thought it was... Oh my God. Because I'm like, what's the problem?
Never takes the trash out. Ever.
Yes.
This one morning.
Oh my God.
Takes the trash out and just assumes that was trash. There was jewelry in there. There was like, when I tell you high-end stuff, like it was a lot going on. Watches in there. Like, it was some stuff in there.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
I just was like...
You was in shock. You had to be.
I was like, where's the bag? I'm like, now the ball is not in my court. Now it's in their court. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though they messed up.
Yes, but you...
Now it's so
right. Because how do you even believe that? Like, I know you're so mad at me. How do I believe that your roommate threw out the trash?
Yeah, they did not believe that. It was like... You're crazy. Like, I'll never forgive you all this stuff. I was like, all right, only thing. So when it gets to the part where I have to tell them that it's gone, I'm just having a panic attack. I'm just like, how am I going to tell the person my heart is beating? All I can do is really cry. And I'm not really a crier. So if I cry, I care. Like, I don't grow up.
Aren't you a Leo?
I'm not.
No. Oh, wait, I can't remember what you are. Don't tell me.
Okay.
A Taurus? Damn. Are you a Scorpio? Oh my God. What's your sign? A Libra? Fuck. Oh, damn. Wait, are you Aquarius? No, because your birthday didn't just pass. Mm-hmm. What are you? A Sagittarius. Yes. I remember.
I am a Sagittarius.
Oh my God. Sagittarius and Libras really got beef. Because anytime I mention...
honestly, I just thought it was crazy that you still didn't get it. But no? I don't know. I don't have... I don't have any, like, I'm not friends with any,
Really?
Libras. I know one Libra that's on my heels, but that doesn't mean, like, I'm friends with
No, because I know Libras and Sagittarius to, like, be together. Like,
really?
And then Sagittarius and Aquarius and Sagittarius and Virgos.
I get a lot of Aquarius.
Yeah.
Like, my ex was an Aquarius.
You guys are very...
Before that was Aquarius, so, like, Aquarius always finds a way to come to me. I don't know what it is.
But it kind of makes sense though, because Aquarius, they need a Sagittarius if you really think about it. Like, no shade to Aquarius, but they don't really have much personality.
Some of them. I feel like you have to crack it open. Yeah. But I feel like a Sagittarius compliments Aquarius because it helps them, like, bring out something that they never do they had.
Yeah, they don't. They're very
straight
surface.
Surface.
Yes.
Let's be nice. Yeah. That was the word, surface.
I they see that.
That's so funny. So yeah.
It was
I had to tell them that, like, yo, I was like, because I had to cry. There's nothing else to do. Like, if somebody gets on the phone with me and they're telling me that, like, all my stuff is going, you better start crying. You gotta cry like you can't breathe. So I'm like, but I really couldn't breathe because I just felt so bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this has never happened to me before. So.
Yes. And it's really not your fault.
Yeah.
So that is terrible.
I'm like, so I gotta tell you something. I was like, what? Because they know, like
why are you switching up right now?
Why are you acting like you're in the wrong when I got caught? You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, I have to tell you something right now. I was like, what? I hear them park the car. I'm like, I don't know what happened. Like, I put your clothes in a bag. I don't know what happened. And, like, it was because I was putting it in there to give it to you when you came by to pick it up. So-and-so thought it was trash, and they took it and it's gone. And it was like, Kim, I'm really not playing with you today. Today I had a hard day. Like, they thought it was a joke. I'm like, they're like, oh, today is a hard day. I'm like, I'm really not joking. I swear on everything I love. Because I like to play.
Yeah.
And then they was like, I'm pulling up. I'm like, all right. Because I already knew, like, you know what I mean? Like, I already knew that was going to happen to me. So I'm like, damn, I'm mad nervous. My heart beating and stuff like that. I'm like, damn. Come to the house. Boom, boom, boom. Up the stairs. Like, damn. My stomach turned. I had to tell one of my roommates. I'm like, what's going to happen? You know what I mean? What's about to go down? Like, because the clothes are going. I had to put people in my business. And I'm very private. So I had to put people in my business. She was like, Kim, what the hell? Why didn't you just wait to put it out the next time?
Is this the one that threw it out?
No, it's another one.
Okay.
So
but I was just saying,
the one that threw it out,
like
the one that threw it out, I was like, why would you do that? I was high. I'm like, don't smoke. I was really mad. I was like, then don't smoke. If you can't function while you smoking and you don't see, like, you didn't even check, like, oh, this feel weird. Like, it was closed.
And then on top of that, it's just like, why would you do that?
I don't know. I guess they didn't know. It was honestly an accident. I guess they didn't know. And, you know, like I said, this is a new thing for me, taking accountability. Like, girl, why did you rush it? But you were so mad and you went and put the clothes the night before. And I put it in the living room. Why did I put it in the living room?
You was sick of that shit.
I was like, when I get mad, I can't think. Like, I just know, like, you gotta go. Like,
you need to be out of my sight.
You need to be out of my sight.
And I'm telling you, like, how I said earlier, I don't be flipping out, but my clothes mean the world to me. So I can only imagine how that person felt.
Yeah, that person flipped out. And I just, honestly, I let them. You know what I'm saying? Because what am I going to do? Like, literally I had this little fan in my room because I couldn't get no AC, you know? At the time, I had to work with an eye. But the fan was good because, you know, you put it in the window. The window fan is always
crazy. It's a lot more serious than a regular fan.
So y'all, like, I know I didn't have an AC, but I had that one fan. And they knew that was my only fan. And they kicked it off that side.
No.
They kicked it out the
Imagine
window.
your face when that happened.
No, honestly, I was like, I'm not gonna react, but honestly, when they leave, I'm going outside. I'm making sure that fan is good. So the fan was alright. It was a little. It was alright. The fan was alright, but I mean, it was never the same. But yeah, enough about the fan. So they kicked the fan out the window. Cool.
Jesus.
Like, how could you do this to me? Boom. So the other person is like crying now, and I'm just like, oh my god, like I messed up. Like,
Wait, that person, I'm sorry, I keep saying he, but they're crying?
yeah, they're crying.
After they kicked the fan out?
Yeah,
oh, no,
yeah,
that shit really...
Yeah, they really hurt them, because I'm telling you, it was some clothes in there. I wouldn't, it was like t-shirts, like whatever, but it was some nice clothes in there.
Nah.
Like, so, like, of course I didn't want them to be, you know, in the trash. Yeah. So I'm thinking, I'm calling like the garbage people. I'm like, I'm just like, I have my wedding ring. I'm lying so I could really get to the dumpster, you know, like. But I was looking at, like how to get.
Oh, sorry, guys.
I was looking at how to get this stuff like from the dumpster, and it's damn near impossible, y'all. Like, if you do this, know what you're doing. If something like this happens, and you just know it's done, like, just know it's going. Because I was gonna try to go, and they told me I would have to get suited up. You get what I'm saying? There's so much garbage.
Oh my god!
But the thing is, that's how you know my heart is pure, because I was really willing to get in there. I was willing to go, but it was just damn near impossible to get.
And it's like what you would have really found at that point.
That's the thing. I was just like, damn, like how am I gonna go through this and know which one is which? Like,
and them offering that is crazy.
Yeah, because I give them one thing I could do is convince. So I'm just like, listen, my wedding ring passed down from my grandmother. Like, I did the most. So I'm just like, I need to get in there. And they were just like, oh, we can let you, but you know, you're gonna have to get suited up and all this stuff. And I'm just like, and then I was just telling the person, I was like, oh, they told me that I'm gonna have to get suited up. And they're like, you're not finding it. You're not finding it. I'm taking the L. So obviously after that, I already knew they was really gonna do me dirty. And they really thought that I did it by on purpose. Yeah. Because you know I was already tight. But like no, I would never throw it out.
And then feel so guilty.
One thing about me, I'm gonna pack you up. But I'm not gonna do you dirty. Yeah. I still want the ball to be in my court. Yeah. Like I still want to be the person that
I'm queen of that shit.
Exactly.
I always play the victim. I can't. That's just me.
I'm the victim.
I am.
I'm the victim. Like, I don't know what happened. So then that ruined, you know, the bond.
Yeah.
Well, that ruined the bond for them. Honestly, it's so crazy because the person this happened to, like, happened with, we were mad cool now. Like, you know, like, yeah.
That's good. I'm sure they know, like, you done serious. At least maybe they'll see this episode and know.
Honestly, I might send it to them, like, laugh my ass off. Because, like, honestly, one thing about me, a lot of people from my past, like, I don't really have issues with, like, it's honestly rare, like, you know, even if we don't speak, like, it's not that deep. Yeah. I don't like to. I mean, if you did me so dirty where it's just, like, you know, but I don't like to have like weird energy.
Confrontation.
I don't.
And stuff
like just lingering in life.
Yeah.
I don't like that. So yeah. And if I didn't make peace with somebody, I made peace on my own. So,
yeah.
Yeah, with that situation, that person was just like, nah, like, you know, at that time they was ready to do me dirty. I was like, yeah, they're gonna find some other female, you know, mess with them. I just had to take it. I felt like it was a sign from God, because why would God let that happen? You know what I mean? He was just like, yo, and the summer was coming up, he was just like, yo, you need to focus on your self-love. Like, I'm going to make some messed up things happen.
That's the best way to look at situations, in my opinion, is you got to think of it from a perspective, because God's just going to make you feel uncomfortable, put you in an uncomfortable situation so you can grow.
Yeah,
like,
so you can grow.
That's all facts to me.
Yeah. And that's literally what happened. And you know, it's so funny, like, that same night, that person spent the night with me. That same night.
No, but you know, like, people, I feel like people, at least, like, because I was in college around that time. I was in college from 2014 to like 2017.
Okay.
And I feel like that time, like, we were really, like, that age group, you're really doing toxic things. Like, and you're not thinking about it. Like, college is that real, like, unawareness of being, like, toxic, I guess. Not toxic. Doing, like, things right by yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, for yourself, by yourself, or doing it right for the person that you're with. Mm-hmm. Now, you know, we're in a time period when people, like, they're so happy to be toxic. They want to be sleeping with this person, that person. Yeah. They want to make jokes about it. You know, I feel like when we were in college, Future was just like, he was getting that, like, prime of, like, oh, and we wasn't looking at Future's music like, oh, yeah, this is toxic. Mm-hmm. We was just enjoying it. But, like, now it's becoming a thing, like, you know, how Drake presents himself, how Future presents himself, that it's, like, it's okay to be, what's the word, a womanizer, or... Mm-hmm. It's okay to want to be with a guy because he could benefit you in this way, but also see other people. But my whole point of what I'm trying to say is, like, back then, I feel like when you're in college or when you're in, like, those ages between, like, 19 and 21, 22, you're really making mistakes. Like, I still have not told, like, I've been very transparent on this podcast, I feel. But it's still a few stories I have not told about myself. That would just be not, because I'm not in trouble with nobody, not incriminating anymore. But it's just like they just show like how detached I was mentally from myself at that time. Like how I had no awareness of how my actions affected other people and how it affected me as well. And like my growth to understanding who I am as a woman. Right. But like I totally understand that.
Yeah. Like, and also... I share that story with you guys because it's more of like a reflection of where I was in my life at that point. Yeah. And that mirrored the things that I did. Like, come on, Kim, like, you just getting clothes you put, like, you're not even thinking, like, you just throwing clothes in a garbage bag. You're not even thinking, like, I'm not thinking, I'm just throwing clothes in a garbage bag. Okay, no, I'm not talking anymore. Yeah. Like, calm down, like, relax, you know what I'm saying? And that is more than just that issue. I feel like that mirrors, okay, who am I having issues with? Am I good with mommy? Am I good with daddy? Am I good with, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What am I going through that's making me feel like
so manic, so frantic,
so manic?
Yeah.
And I feel like now that I'm older, looking back, even though I already did a self-reflection, now that I'm older, looking back, I was having issues with my father. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? At that time, those issues with my father made me not really understand my self-worth. Mm-hmm. I had my father in my life my whole life. So, but that period of time where it was like a problem and I wasn't out because I'm daddy's little girl and I'm not feeling that and that's not the relationship right now. And other things hurt people when they're you ever heard of hurt people? Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Other things are hurting you and you're reacting and people are to other things and you put it into your relationships. You put it into your friendships. Mm-hmm. You put it into your, like, even the person you are and how you carry yourself. Yeah. And so I feel like that story, I hurt someone unintentionally. Yeah. You know, it may be just clothes, but there's some people that can afford everything, and that may be everything to them. That may be how they express themselves, their style, and things like that. So yeah, we're not gonna die with clothes, but people do cherish things.
I'm who you talking about?
So I be telling
people like, this shit is all I got. Like,
exactly, because it's so
I don't got a car in my name. I don't got a house in my name. Mm-hmm. I really like, my clothes is how I express myself. One time I was leaving college and I had like, I put some of my stuff in storage, but I took like, I'm the kind of person that I switch out my clothes by the season. That's, like, my mom has always done that, so I mirror her and I'll do that. Like, right now, if you walk past that closet out there, that's all of my summer clothes. And I switch it out, like, as when the end of spring is coming. My clothes dropped in the middle of the, what do you call it? When, like, all the cars can go at once. And I hopped out of the car. My cousin was driving. I hopped out of the car while the cars was going, and I picked my shit up and put it in the car, like stuffed it in the car in the middle of like tons of cars passing. I was not fucking playing. My cousin was like, yo, this girl's fucking crazy. And then I went to school in Binghamton, so we had like a lot of like heroin people and like people that was like on heroin people. That sounds crazy. We had a lot of people that was on drugs. But I was like, the crackheads are gonna take it. They wasn't even really smoking crack up there, but I'm just such a city person. I'm like, the crackheads are gonna take my clothes. And I'm like stuffing the shit into the trunk, and this car is passing. And my cousin, my best friend, is like, yo, this bitch is bugging.
That's hilarious.
Like, I'm not joking about my clothes. I can't take it with me, but I could wear my shit each and every day, and my clothes won't leave
good.
me.
Yeah.
My clothes is all I got.
Yeah. No, yeah, and honestly, I don't feel like that about clothes. I love, dressing nice and looking nice, but I do feel like that about like music. I do feel like that about self-care.
Let me find out you buying yourself Apple cards.
No,
you not playing.
I'm definitely not. But for me, music is like a time machine.
Yeah.
And sometimes, just like anybody, like you can listen to a song and it'll take you somewhere or it'll take you to that memory. And I think music is just my love language. I love music. I love to laugh. I love, what else do I really love? So music, laughter, self-care. Like if I can't wash my face,
it's gonna be ugly.
It's gonna be ugly. Like if I can't feel good, if I can't put a robe on and just chill, like you know what I'm saying? Like you take all my skincare away. I don't even know what to say. Like my life.
I love that.
Yeah.
I don't want you to go too far with that though, because I want to spin back on that.
Yeah, we're gonna spin back on
that. But right.
Yeah, that was the story, y'all.
I love that story.
And that was the lesson.
And this is why I say Kim is an amazing storyteller, because that had me weak as hell.
No, we were really weak. I think we was crying.
I felt like I was in the room with you, because I've had like, I understand the fear that you speak about of knowing that you just fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, and of course you're not like, oh my God, this person's gonna choke me out.
Yeah.
But you like, shit. Yeah. I gotta say that shit.
But I had my friend outside. You already know, like she loves you. Like really talking to them, like she loves you.
Wow. That is too.
But I already knew they was gonna do me dirty. Like you know what I'm saying? Like people do you dirty anyway. Like after this, all bets are off, and I don't have time to stalk you and see who's this and that third. So I'm gonna just let you do you for real, because you're gonna be back.
Yeah.
They always come back.
I can't express that enough to people. Like I always tell like my friends and like people I know, niggas. If it's one thing, excuse me, I'm saying it like that, but I wouldn't be myself unless I did. Niggas is gonna spin the block every mother. I don't want to curse too much, but they are gonna spin the block every chance they get.
They're coming back.
Like, and of course, it's about how available you make yourself, but you can always rely on the man to come
back. Yeah, like, always rely on him to come back.
Not like that, but and I'm not saying that they're gonna spin the block and be better than before.
Yeah.
If they spin the block, they damn sure ain't better than before. Majority of the times. Majority of the times, I just feel like if you feel as though I'm an option, you feel as though I'm an option that you could fuck up with again. That's how I look at it. I'm just like, honestly, I must be simple.
Honestly, exactly what you said. But you know what I noticed with men? They'll show you better than they could tell you. Like, men will tell you a lot of crap. Like, a lot of talking. I miss you. I want to see you. I haven't seen you in weeks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a lot. It's a lot of lying. Yeah. So it's just like I said, men do a lot of talking, and I'm not saying all of them. Yeah. There are men that really show up and
100%
take it. But the minute you entertain a man is the minute he starts zigzagging on you. Like I'm telling you, she's playing hard to get. Play hard to get until you got that ring on your finger. Play hard to get until you got that ring on your finger, because it's all a waste of time. Focus on yourself. The one that really wants you is gonna step. Trust me, they're gonna step and they're gonna make sure you see them.
And so I think, just to add on to what Kim is saying, I think it's very important that you basically become the woman that you want to be. Because nothing is, I said this before, I know I always say, I said this before because I do repeat myself a lot. But like, nothing is more attractive to a man than a woman that has her own. Like, don't let these men fool you about, I want my woman to be submissive. I want her in the house cooking. Niggas want that too. They want the fucking world.
Yeah.
But it's nothing more attractive than a woman. I can say that by looking at women who got their shit going.
Right.
That I'm just like, who wouldn't want to fuck you, girl?
Yeah.
Like, women that, and I'm not saying that you have to drive a BMW. You have to drive, like, I don't know what other popular cars that people like driving, but when you have your own, you have your own space, you know how to manage your time well, you take care of yourself well. That is so attractive to men. That's what, because it seems like out of their reach. It seems unattainable. A woman that's such at a higher statue. Because women are always supposed to be viewed higher than men, in my personal opinion. And men that know that, men that know and respect that, what we do for the world and how our role is so important, they find that attractive. Yeah. That's just she could create a life, and she could also create a beautiful idea that could make herself money, and she knows how to keep herself well. And I just think that's really important. Always be the woman, like you said, that's hard to get a hold of.
Hard to reach, because I've been both before. I'm usually hard to reach, but I'll put my guard down. Yeah. But every time I've ever done that, which is very few times, disaster. Yeah. But one thing about me, I'm gonna leave.
I love that for you.
Yeah. Because what? It sucks. I might miss you for a couple, but it's there's so many people in the world. This is why you have to travel. This is why you have to see things. And this is why you have to, literally make your mark in the world. There's so many different people to meet. There's so many different experiences to experience. So it's just
yeah, one of my girlfriends, she was having a hard time getting away from an ex. And I just kept on telling her that. And this was years ago. I was telling her that. I was just like, girl, you think all that we want to do in life, this is it? This is it for us? These men are it for us? It's so many more options in the world. You could travel somewhere and what do we call it? Kind of serendipity. You just meet a person that you're what is happening to me right now? I feel like I've known this person. I don't believe in love at first sight necessarily, but I believe in feelings and I don't know. I just feel exactly what you said. It's so much to offer in this world.
It is.
And that's why I feel when I go to parties or when we work the concerts, I would look at how many people is in the space. Yeah. And I'm just it's so many people in this world.
So many people
to sit there and just you feel
about
this is my soulmate.
Yeah, this is my soulmate, and you're holding on. For what? Don't get me wrong. Everybody's fallen in love before, so everybody experiences that. They experience that, and the memories and stuff. It's hard. It is, especially as a woman. I can't say, oh, I can just leave you after being with you for years and having all those memories and being vulnerable. But I will say that there's really other people, and that's why I always tell you guys, like I said before, don't have to be on bad terms with people that you actually love.
That's true.
And some people come into your life at the right time because God put them there. You get what I'm saying? You probably need that person, and they probably needed you. So it's people are so selfish sometimes. They just think about especially men. Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't want her, and I don't want to treat her well, but I don't want her. I can't even fathom her being with another man.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is men, they're so in the now. Yeah. Especially with this time that we're in with social media. People are not thinking about next year. They're not thinking about 3 months from now. They're fucking thinking about this week, this day. Everything is just right here. Yeah. So people are not thinking I need something that lasts. And y'all know I ain't shit. But, and that's what kills me is because we are out here eating so bad sometimes. We're out here drinking. Yeah. Myself included. I love to have a drink.
Me too.
And
I love a drink.
It's fucking ridiculous. Some people, I see them drinking and eating on social media, and I'm just we still have 40 more years to go. Yeah. Let's spread it out. Yeah. Let's fucking spread it out. So it's just you kind of want to set yourself up for the future. And what I'm trying to say, I have big dreams, but if I was to bottle all my dreams up and make them smaller, I would be in fucking New Jersey, working in New York. I'd have 2 kids and an English bulldog and a husband. Like that's like my dream for like my smaller life. But I mean, like that's still something that I consider. I still know that's like something that I want on the table for me if I had to minimize my dreams and my goals. But
who wants to do that?
Yeah.
That's why make yourself a lit female, and then whoever's lit gonna be up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like I'd rather meet them up there. Like,
no, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd rather meet them up there too.
Yeah, I'd rather
I
meet them up there. So it's a better life, and everybody understands each other. We're good. It's the life that I want to live.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna wrap that part up for you guys, but let's get into what you do for work. Okay, so first start let's like start with what formed you to get into, because I'm assuming like you're an esthetician,
Yeah.
right? Okay, yeah.
I am.
You're like, I'm licensed, bitch.
Yeah. I am a New York State licensed esthetician. I'm a new esthetician actually.
Okay.
So I haven't really put it out there yet, but we can put it out there.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
no, it's okay, because that's what they're gonna get anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So before I was going to school, I was going for law. I was going to be a lawyer. That was my story, y'all.
I would have been in the courtroom watching you.
That was my story, y'all. I was supposed to be a lawyer and then transition to being a judge. But 17, 18, when you went into college, like, you really still a baby. Like, you're a baby trying to figure it out. And I was just going to class, not really feeling this anymore. Like, I liked criminal justice. I knew I loved criminal justice. And it's always because I've always been big on defending myself. And I've always been big on if he or she can't defend themselves, I'll help. Yeah. I can help. You know what I mean? So ever since I was younger. So that's what I wanted to do. That's what I knew I wanted to do. 2 years into college, I was like, third year, I'm like, yeah, it's not for me. Like, it's getting a little crazy.
You changed.
I changed.
Yeah.
I changed. And with that, it was heavy because everything you thought, I don't think people talk about how heavy it is to realize what you thought you were going to do for the rest of your life is not what you're going to do. And because in life, we all need a purpose. And when your purpose is taken away from you by yourself, you don't know whether to be disappointed in yourself. You don't know what to feel, and you're still young. Yeah. So I was like, damn, Kim, well, I had to start saying it out loud to accept it. Like, you're not a lawyer. Yeah. You're not going to be a lawyer. Yeah. Like, I was like, okay, well, what are you going to be? Yeah. So it was a good question. So I still carried on. I did communication law because I was like, oh, maybe I could do...
was that like paralegal work or something?
Basically, communication law. What I wanted to do was work with like famous people.
Oh, so is that like media and stuff, like
media and things like that? Okay. So I would defend them. That does that. Yeah, but then it just boring for me. Like, okay, the only thing exciting is that you're famous. And I don't
and it's like, oh, your sex tape, your sex tape leaked.
Yeah, your sex tape.
Now we gotta fight this.
Let's go fight this. And it's a lot of drama, and I was like, oh, that's not me. So yeah, sorry, mom. Like, yeah, that wasn't it again. So then I just stuck with the criminal justice or whatever, finished off with that. And I started working at mental health jobs with the mental health. I worked at a homeless shelter. Yes, a homeless shelter. You was
fighting the real cold.
I had to pay the bills.
Nah,
like, I was like, I gotta pay the bills.
I'm scared of homeless people. No shade. Like, I feel bad for them. But I'm like terrified.
With that...
before the pandemic though. Like, I was always
so basically when I was in Albany, I was like, oh, I can get a job for nothing. Yeah. Finally got a car. Finally got my own car, right? In 2017, I grind that whole summer. I was like, listen, I'm not hanging out. I'm not talking. I need a car. Yeah. I finally got my car and stuff like that. And my mom helped me. I was so happy. And I was like, all right, well, I need to pay my insurance. I got a car note now. Yeah. It's getting serious. And I got an apartment. Like, girl.
You got things that need to be done.
I got things that need to be done. So, no job was calling me back. I went to Chipotle. No. Went to Wendy's. Wendy's said no. I realized that these people say no because they know that I'm not staying. Yeah. They're like, oh, she's a college girl. She's not going to stay for long. She just needs some money. Yeah. I mean, you're right. I'm not trying to move up in Wendy's right now.
First of all, honestly. And you're mad. Wendy's.
Yeah, and you're mad. Like, let me get my coin. And I chose you guys because I felt like I was become a manager. Like, she's not. And that's sad that that's how the system works, but that's how it works.
And they took their job too seriously.
They did. So I was like, you know what? My last choice was this homeless shelter. I was like, I need to march up in this homeless shelter and I need to talk nice. Yeah. So then I went to the homeless shelter And I was just like, I was trying not to look too bougie and stuff like that. Because, you know, like, I don't know. Like, I just like looking, you know, just nice.
No.
But I didn't want to look too bougie. I'm like, I need the job. But like, Wendy's ain't taking me. Like, I need, like, y'all need to take me. I got in there and I'm just looking left and right. You could tell I just don't belong here. I'm like, getting my hand sanitizer. It's a little crazy here. Like, it's a little crazy. I'm like, you know what though, Kim? Like, this might humble you. Like,
yeah, you really learn things from working places. I swear to God.
I swear.
Work is the best learning experience.
Work is the best learning experience because if I never worked at that homeless shelter, I really would have never been the woman that I am today.
Wow.
Like, the best job I ever had was at a homeless shelter.
Oh,
work at a homeless shelter. I'm telling you, like.
Well, not for me.
I'm telling you.
Scary.
I worked in an office there. That's what I'm telling you, right? So I would leave like after class. I would go, and I would leave my bag in my trunk or whatever the case may be. So I was moving smart, y'all. I was moving smart. I made so many friends in there. They knew me by name. I used to help people transition and get apartments.
Okay.
So for people that needed apartments, that was the point of it. Like, it was a transitional thing. But yeah, so I was an intake consultant.
Yeah.
So I would just help them, you know, whether they can keep it or not. You know, some of them are on drugs.
You're just helping them move into another.
Yeah,
trust me. My mom has worked in the drug administration for over.
See, so she knows. Yeah. Very similar. So working at a homeless shelter was very humbling for me. Like, I learned so much about myself, about other people, and also it taught me how to be more grateful for what I have and how to understand. And the most important lesson that working at a homeless shelter taught me is that it can be any of us.
Yup.
It can be you. It can
be
me.
Real.
It can be any of us. So if you're walking around thinking, oh, this has never happened to me, life happens. There are doctors in there. There are nurses in there. There are lawyers in there. There are
people that come from wealthy families in there.
People that come from wealthy families. Life has a way of taking you on a different route. It really does. So
it makes you very much more sympathetic to people, like, because I know you say you're not really too crazy with the TV right now, but like when I watch scenes from Snowfall, it just reflects to me about things that, like, because after
Should I watch Snowfall?
You need to watch Snowfall. You need to.
I feel like people talk about it,
especially the beginning scenes.
Okay.
Like, I mean, the beginning seasons, excuse me.
Okay.
Now this is the last season, but knowing now what I know about your work background, I think you would really appreciate it. Yeah. But that's how it was like growing up. I was around, because after school I would be at my mom's job, you know, scanning my fingers on the printer, running around this place where they got K-Sacs. They have like people that have been on drugs for years. My mother used to have fucking crackheads pick me up. Like they were on, I mean, they were in the rehab. But they would fucking pick me up. My mother's crazy. My mother's an Aquarius, so she's crazy.
Oh, she's crazy.
She's just fucking out there like
Aquariuses.
My mother called like, "Can you pick Sapphira up from work? I mean from school?" And I'm like, "Hi." And I know that my teacher's probably like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Coming to get her?
Like random things. So I've experienced a lot of like things around people who have suffered from addiction. So although I do make my jokes about crack and homelessness, I'm not unaware. And like
it's definitely something that's eating up our people. You know what I mean? So it's like you see some people come back and you wish they didn't come back, but it's a revolving door. And it's the things that could have happened to them while they were on these drugs. It's insane. Having mental problems is you really gain sympathy for them. And they think they're invincible. But, you know, as the time went on, I couldn't stay there. I wanted to, but the manager was like, the head manager, she had, rest in peace to her, she just passed. But she was a wonderful woman. And I went to her and I was like, hey, I want to work. You know, I want to work again. I want to come back. I didn't even care. I was like, they all knew me by name. Hey, Miss Kim. Hey, Miss Kim. Yeah. And I just, it's not even... Time goes by and it's not even about the money anymore. Yeah. It's about the feeling. Yeah. And she was like, Kim, we love you so much, but you can't come back here. I'm like, why? Really? Yeah. She was like, you're too good for this. I'm like, what?
That's so beautiful.
That was so beautiful, but Miss Lady, like, are you going to get me a new job? Like, the bills gotta get paid.
Like, you bigger than this.
She was like, listen, like, because her daughter worked there. She was like, my daughter is going to be here forever. I'm like, oh wow, that really killed me. She was like, I just don't want to waste your time here. I love that. I'm like, she's like, I'm gonna refer you to this mental health residential, and you're gonna work there. So she referred me there, and the next week I started working there, and I loved it as well. And it was a step. And you know what's crazy? when I started working at the mental health residential, I met one of the females that was living in the homeless shelter that's lived there now.
Yeah.
And so she was a younger female, and it just, once I seen her there, it just reminded me of the homeless shelter.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I'm home, you know?
Yeah.
And it was great to learn about mental health because I realized about, you know, the things around me that I didn't realize before. Oh, that's why they're acting like that. That's why. Much. I love to Shank you.
I'm happy you like it. No, yeah, I know. I gotta go harder. I do.
Like, you're playing. Like, this is big. What's wrong with you?
Kim, you are so funny, but I love how honest you are.
Yeah,
It's
I am very honest.
No,
right?
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You was like, so what you trying to do with this? I was like, nah, Kim about to eat.
I'm about to eat you right back out because I need to know what you about to do with this. Are we playing or are we serious? Because anything you put me on, you got to push it because we're not playing.
I see that.
Honestly, you have no choice anymore. Like, now you got me on here. Don't embarrass me.
I'm not. Oh my God, Kim.
Yeah, we're going all the way up. And I love the name. Shank you very much. It's so
Thank
cute.
you.
And it's so different. And it's like everybody wants to say shake you, but they don't have enough confidence to say shake
I
you.
love that.
Like, you know? Why instead of thank you? Right?
I love that.
Nobody has the strength to be like shank you very much.
Yeah.
Like, we all want to. We probably all said it in private.
Really? Wait, no.
We all said that in private. Like shank you, like just being silly, you know?
Yeah.
And like you did something with
Well, it started because this guy that used to be like a mentor to me, I was telling him like, I need a podcast name, like I need one. And he was like, like he would like play and act like he stabbed me.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, stop. So he was like, why you don't, he was like, shank you. And then I was like, he's like, I'm gonna shank you. That's what he was saying.
That's
And
so
then I was like,
funny.
and I think we were just like, oh, thank you very much. Like that's how it happened and it came out. But now, like, just the meaning behind it to me is more so like life may hurt, like it may feel like it's punching you and kicking you in the gut, but you're thankful for your experiences that bring you where you are.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's so nice. You should tell people this.
Yeah, that's me.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I really love it. That's nice. I like it. I love it here.
The Pinot Grigio comes at the hour.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fun.
All right, so now you're at the mental
Now I'm at the
hospital?
mental health residential. So I'm working there, and I realized that one of the girls that I was working with, she actually stayed at the homeless shelter.
Yes.
You remember her? She used to come with her mom. Her mom would drop her off there. So I'm like, okay, I have to be extra gentle with her. Working it there made me realize how much I wanted to work with like teenagers, like, you know, adolescents.
Yeah.
And so I worked there for a couple of years, and after that, transitioned. One thing, I can't work at a job for too long. Like, I could work there for like 3 years cap. I'm like looking for something else after because I'm already growing out of it.
Yeah.
I'm a free spirit, so that's how I am. Even though I'm gonna miss you guys, I can't stay here forever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like too much routine. I like to do different things. So after the mental health residential, I worked for foster care. Foster care was
You really was putting in the work.
I was trying to get the bills paid, and that was what really was helping me elevate and get a new apartment.
Yeah.
And once I got my new apartment, you know, more money, more problems, honestly. But still, you know, it was a better situation though. I put myself in a better situation, so I started working at a foster care, and
was it scary?
Let me tell you something. I'm one tough cookie. Like, I am. I really am because...
Oh my goodness. That's what you told me.
What was
you told me about the girl.
Oh yeah, I did tell her stories. You see, that's why I miss her at work, because I would tell her stories. Like, let me tell you a story.
Nah, I can't. Please. Okay, please. I forgot about that one.
I'm gonna tell my kids too. My kids are gonna have stories for days. They're gonna be like, Mom, tell me a story. And you know what's crazy? Like, everybody in my life is always like, all right, Kim, tell me a story. I'm like, what story? Like, something from college? I don't know. I'm like...
I love that. Because you are so funny.
I do have a story there, but that was What can I say about the foster care? Because that was the last job I had before I transitioned into entrepreneurship.
Yeah, you was really not playing though.
No, I never.
You was
I worked my whole life.
Work, though.
Yeah, I was. I love helping people.
Yeah.
So, which is
I'm such a scary person. Like
really,
I'm a part of the mentally ill community.
Mm-hmm. I don't even want to laugh, y'all. She's making me laugh. She's the mentally ill.
But I've said this 100 times on my podcast. I'm very high alert.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm paying attention to everything.
Mm-hmm.
If I feel like somebody's in my peripheral moving
Mm-hmm.
suspicious,
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching the hell out of you. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it keeps me alive. My best friend, she always be like, "Girl, you on edge." Like, she like, chill out.
Yeah.
But I be like, "Girl, these people are crazy out here." Like,
you really can't trust people though. They be lying, all this stuff.
Yo, I was on TikTok. This girl spoke about how she was on the train with her cousin. The homeless man smacked the shit out of her and got off the train. And everybody just looked and she started crying. Her face was bleeding. Yeah. I'm not no victim.
No, don't get it twisted. I like to help people, but I know that there's crazy people out there, and I'm not gullible. Like, I'm not one of those ones. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
people.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
Like, when people were telling me to sign up to be a CO, I was like, "Do you know who I am?"
Crazy. I wanted to be a CO.
That's where the money is.
That's where I'm where the money is. But I'm like, yeah, no. Like, I heard they pee, they throw. I'm like, oh no.
I do not want to be jail scared the fuck out of me. Okay, like I do not want to be in no jail. I don't. And then I'm working there, and I got things that they could pull off of me and use on me.
Yeah.
And you talking about lockdown?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I like to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel you. No, it's just because working those jobs, your job takes an effect on you. So working those jobs, it was very heavy when I would go, oh, okay, I've seen somebody shoot up in the bathroom. Okay, how do I block that and make dinner and just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot. So especially at a very young age.
That's why I say you out here doing real work. You going to the pearly gates. I know that for sure.
No, I gotta make it over there.
You making it there.
I gotta make it over there.
Deny your shit.
Please don't. I'm gonna be like, wait, let's look over the story, the life story again.
Let's community outreach.
No, seriously, I really I honestly, and I never it's so crazy because this podcast is really bringing it out of me, but I feel like when you do real work and you help people genuinely, you don't have to show off about it. You don't have to show. It's like something that you just do, like, because you want to do it. Like, last Thanksgiving, I was serving the homeless. And it was something I did out here because it reminded me of who I was. And
that's
so it's just like now that I connected,
I really want to put together because one, me and my girlfriends, we cook we cook for real. Like we not
I love
playing
to cook
around.
too. No, for real,
Yeah,
right?
like we really cook. So I was just like, I would love to do that. Like even if it's not like pan after pan after pan.
Yeah.
If I could just help like a few families like enjoy their Thanksgiving. That's what I really want to do this coming Thanksgiving. Like that would make me so fucking happy. Because one, I'm helping myself by doing something I love, which is cooking for like people. And I feel I'm the kind of person that food makes people feel good. And like that would make me feel good. And then seeing the satisfaction, like I'm not one to shy away from. I love helping people and seeing that happiness in them.
Me too.
Like that makes me freaking happy. Like, but that could be the Pisces in me. Like we're people pleasers, but that makes me really happy. So that's one thing I would like to do is host my own Thanksgiving thing next year.
I think you should.
I would love to. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to. My mom has like really good ties in my community. As I told you, my family has been here for years, so I know she could find a space where I could put it together. So
are you born and raised in Harlem?
Yeah, when my grandpa they went from St. Lucia to Panama, to Harlem in the 1920s. So
you know your stuff.
But that's the thing. My mom is 63, 64. My grandfather, he'll be in his late 80s, early 90s. So like my family tree isn't that far from me, you know. So yeah, and my dad's from Trinidad. So like my family has been in Harlem my whole life. Like Harlem is everything to me. My uncle, I told you, passed away. He did EBC, which is Entertainment Basketball Classic, which was a popular street ball before Dykeman was popular. No shade to Dykeman, but my uncle started it. and they named the court after him. So like Harlem is really like my place. Yeah, my grandma started the Senior Citizen Center down like 2 blocks over, so that's like a place that I have in mind that I could do it at. So like Harlem really means the world to me.
Definitely a
like,
place.
Yeah, I love Harlem.
You know what you should do too? Write it down, because once you write something down, it's like, all right.
Yeah, everybody always says that. I'm a writing person. Like, I don't know if you
Me too.
noticed that I have like a box over there that before, because you didn't write me yet, so I was like, all right, at least I have time to write down some like notes. But I write letters to myself since I was like 14.
Oh wow!
So I write them like every few months, every couple years. Like sometimes, like from moving and stuff, like between college, I kind of like misplaced the box, so it's probably like a year or two that is kind of out of bounds, but I always like catch myself up, so I'm always able to like reshare. Like I'm really like, that's why I be telling people I'm really old school. Like I like to write notes. Like I write checklists for the day, and I write checklists for the day.
I like writing the stuff.
Yeah, like I'm
putting it in my notes,
tangible photos. Like
I want to see the
like
paper.
that.
I want to see the physical thing.
Yeah,
that's how I am too.
Yeah,
it feels more real.
So like, all right, so let's get to
we be getting out of context.
So wait, let's get to how did you end up doing esthetician work?
Okay, so after foster care, there was an incident with a girl. Remember I told you?
Oh yes.
There was an incident with one of the kids at the foster care. It's nothing crazy, y'all. Don't worry, but got a little crazy, so I had to take a step back, and so I was like, all right, and then it was just perfect timing because COVID came.
Oh yeah.
No, I was like, what happened? COVID came. It's the wine, y'all. COVID came, and after COVID came, it was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna get my ass on unemployment because I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like I was confused. I was looking on my own. I was a little scared, and I was working out. After that, I was like, is the world over? Because I'm gonna eat whatever. So I was just eating, sitting, chilling, and I noticed you take a lot of time for yourself when you're by yourself and you're working so much. And I'm looking in the mirror like, girl, your skin look crazy. And I'm just like, yeah, one thing about me, if I don't like something, I'm going to change it. If I feel like I'm gaining weight, I'm going to eat better. Yeah. If I feel like my skin looking crazy, I'm going to look into it. If I feel like my hair looking crazy and it's not growing, I'm going to look into it. Because people like to complain and do nothing about what their situation is. And I'm just like, okay, we can complain all day, but what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying? So I don't like to sit in my misery.
Yeah.
So what I did was I see my skin looking crazy. So I had nothing but time on my hands. There was no stores open. Yeah. I started doing all natural remedies for my skin. And one day I would put strawberries in my skin. One day I would put honey. I would do all this stuff. And this girl I was cool with in high school, she hit me up. She was like, "You should really start a skincare line." I'm like, "Where's this girl talking about?" Yeah. I'm not starting no skincare line. But at night I would be like, "How to start a skincare line?" I'm like,
bitch, you ain't giving me no
idea. Yeah, I'm like, nah, let me look at how to start a skincare line. And I looked and I was like, damn, this is a lot. If I could only do it with somebody, I would, but this is a lot. And then, long story short, we started doing skincare together.
Oh.
Yeah, she was serious about it. I was serious about it. We started a skincare line, and it was called Jen Skin. So that's what everybody knows me as. So people know me as Jen Skin Spa right now, but like that's what I'm known as, Jen Skin. If you look at the back of my shirt.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah, everybody knows me as Jen Skin. So that's like my headquarters of how people know me. So we started a skincare line. We were going crazy. Like it was just a great time. But you know, people go their separate ways and life takes you there. And sometimes you have to be real with yourself. And so I was like, you know what, Kim, so basically Jen got me to move back home. That's how real the business was. So, because every weekend I was driving 3 hours to go make skincare. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, well, this is getting a lot. So I have to make a decision. Yeah. I'm like, you know what? I'm breaking my lease. Like, you know, I'm not really getting anything out of here anyway. I'm starting a business.
It's getting bigger. And
it's getting bigger and I need to be closer to where she lives. So I was just like, all right, well, I'll move back home. I moved back home and I realized, I was like, I can't be on unemployment forever. Like, I need to figure out I'm not even thinking about criminal justice right now. I'm thinking about, like, a skill. Yeah. Like, what can if I make this, obviously esthetician goes hand in hand. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to go to esthetician school. Okay, I'm sleeping on it because, you know, you say things and you don't know if you're gonna do it or not. It takes work. You have to look up the place, financial aid, all this stuff going on. Finally, I ended up going to esthetician school and I put my mind to it. I started Did esthetician school, I believe. I did full time, so I did like every day. I was in esthetician school.
And how was that during the pandemic?
It wasn't. That wasn't during the pandemic. During the pandemic was more gen skinned.
Okay.
Which was just amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, that time was amazing. I'm not gonna take that away because I don't do it.
Yeah.
That was an amazing thing, and we have so much more coming out. But yeah, I transitioned and I was like, okay, I want to be an esthetician or whatever the case may be. And then I went to esthetician school. I just like say things. I'm like, all right, do it. What's the worst that can happen? I'll do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the worst that can happen? So I became an esthetician.
And all you was doing was adding the credentials to
skills
skills you already had.
My mom would look at me like, what is she doing now? She's in a white uniform. Like, what is she gonna be now? I'm like, Mom, must be an esthetician. She's like, okay. I'm like, but I did it. Like, I did. It was very hard because I'm a sugarist.
Mm-hmm.
So
I wanted to talk about that because I made an appointment to get a sugar wax years ago. Mm-hmm. And something, I don't know what took place today, but I rescheduled the appointment. Then I was like, fuck it. I don't even know what sugaring is. I'm just trying to try some new shit. I'll just go and get a wax at this point. And I got it off of like Groupon or some stuff like that. But someone just told me, like, yeah, so I go to this sugaring place. It's on Groupon. I was like, all right. And they said it hurt less. So that's why I was really interested in. But I remember, it was so many years ago, I don't remember exactly what I was doing.
So all hair removal hurts.
Yeah.
You're going to feel some type of pain, but I really do advocate for sugaring. If you're not sugaring, you're lasering. Wax is bottom of the bottom for me. I'm gonna let you know.
I know,
and
that's
I'm going to be real. Like, I'm going to be real. The waxers, they don't like me, but listen, learn how to sugar. Like, it's literally a great skill. It's all natural. Mm-hmm. I offer sugars for different skin types. I offer black sugar, white sugar, regular sugar. Like,
what's black sugar?
Black sugar is infused with charcoal. So
I was gonna ask that. That sounds hot because you know charcoal is a detoxer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
so it detoxes your skin. So I don't know. I feel like when you're doing something, you want to be different, and you want to. And I don't see nobody doing black sugar. I
don't see nobody doing black.
So, you know, I had to get a little fancy on them. So, definitely offer black sugar. I offer white sugar as well. That one's more popular in the summertime because it's infused with kaolin clay and zinc. So, you already know, like, and I feel like sugaring, you're still going to feel a level of pain. But it gets better and your hair grows thinner and, yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, it scared me for a moment.
No, you're fine. Is that a fish?
Yeah.
The funniest shit that you see in movies. Like, what's black sugar?
Black sugar is I told you this, man?
Yeah. It.
One of the females that was living in the homeless shelter.
Okay. Sorry, it scared me for a moment. I'm not playing with this thing. I'm happy I looked down too.
Right, I do the corniest shit that you see in movies because I watch too much TV. But I look in the mirror and I tell myself, like, girl, you got acne. You in. No, not in.
Clay and zinc, so you already know, like, and I feel like sugaring, you're gonna have a lot to edit.
No, yeah, it's fine. It's not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're using the dark
so I use regular sugar. I have options for y'all. And I also do like sugar of the month. So one of the sugars, I feel like it was February, I had cherry. Sugar of the month. Yeah, so it's like a sweet cherry aroma that lingers on your body for 48 hours. Oh. So I do that. That's limited edition. The girlies love that.
Do you ever sugar yourself?
Yes.
Oh my God, how is that for you?
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, no. Is it like...
It's annoying sometimes.
Yeah. How long does it normally take you to do yourself?
Longer than I would take a client because it's I position myself a certain way. I don't mind sugaring my legs. I'll sugar my legs all day long.
Yeah.
But sugaring doing a Brazilian on myself, but it takes skill.
Yeah.
But it gets done.
Yeah.
So, but now I do service for service with people. So a sugarista actually found me, and we sugar each other.
Oh, that's nice.
So I love that. Her name is the Pretty Esthetician on Instagram. So yeah, she's super sweet. Somebody referred her to me. I love referrals. Oh, yeah, that's so nice. They just referred. They said my name is being spoken in rooms.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah.
And when things get hard, I just remember things like that, like people speaking my name into rooms that I'm not in.
Yeah.
So I do that. I do service for service. I also do with the tooth gem that you're talking about. I do service for service with a teeth whitening.
Okay.
Girl, and she's amazing. Her handle is Jex on the Glow.
Okay.
And she's amazing. I surround myself with people who are doing things like me.
Yeah.
Like who are living the lifestyle of like an entrepreneur, really like just trying to hustle and get to it. You know what I mean? Like get to it. Don't get me wrong. We all have our little side jobs, things like that, but we're chasing the dream.
Yeah.
And so if I don't
like
surround myself with that, I'm not gonna be.
Yeah, you never know, like the position and the people that you meet that they could mention, like you said,
exactly in a room.
Yeah, because you
so
carry yourself well in your business as well.
Yeah, so that's very important, and being around people who are dreamers.
Yeah,
because it like you just keep like it's so. I can't stress it.
Yeah.
I can't stress it. Your surroundings, I cannot stress it.
No, yeah, I would say like prior to the pandemic, I felt like I had like an abundance of people that like love me and they care about me and this and that, and then like you really start to buckle down on what's important to you. Mm-hmm. And like what you want to do for yourself. And sometimes people, which we hear all the time, people don't see the same things that you see. Mm-mm. And you can't even fault them in that. You just have to find your people. Like, and that's like a really hard thing for me. Like, I want to be more social and go out. Like, people see me on Instagram. They like, Sapphira, you always eating here. You doing this. I want to go out with you. And I be telling them, like, I be with those two girls that y'all see me with every day. And we just be eating food, and I love food.
Me too.
Like, in my perfect world, like, my dream, like, I'm just, like, trying to do things that I could invest into, like, the thing I really want to do, which I want to be, like, a Black Martha Stewart. So I want to be, like, I want to host parties and, like, do hors d'oeuvres and cocktails, because those are things I'm really passionate about. But I want to make bowls, and I want to make plates, and I want to make cocktail glasses, and like that would like really make me happy. But I have to fund those classes, and I have to find the time for those classes. So like with my 40-hour work schedule, and then like I just told you, finding 2 days to myself, it's really, but like it's not for the week, like we said. Like I'm trying to find like the two things that I'm naturally good at, to like get myself some more money, since I'm not bartending right now, like some money I could put to the side and just like work off of that. But that's what I really want to do with myself, because it just, those are the things that make me happy. I love hosting. I love doing parties. I love cooking. My dad was a chef. He owned a restaurant around the corner from, that's how my mom met him. But it was like, my father was a Rasta at the time. So like, it was all natural things. So that's how my dad would cook. But like, I don't have the greatest.
You're a vegetarian, right?
I'm a pescatarian.
Oh, you're a pescatarian.
Yeah, I don't have the greatest relationship with my dad, and my father never taught me how to cook. But for some crazy reason, I'm a really good cook. Like, so like that's the kind of things that I want to work on. But I know like in order to grow more, I have to set myself around like more people. But I get very scared. I'm like,
it is scary.
Really scary.
That's, I feel like one of the risks with reaching out and speaking to people is like, sometimes you get a bad batch. Like, it's like, all right, you're not really fun. Like, you know, and I feel like you're being fake. You're being weird. Like, you know what I mean? You're going to get that because it's different people. You don't know what you're going to get. But then when you fall on a gem, when you land on a gem, this is why I do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you meet that person that is really going to be, it doesn't always have to be a personal, it could be a business relationship.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, everybody serves their purpose. And when you fall on a gem and you land on a gem, like, so what? Like, I'm so happy I met you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And everybody serves their purpose, and everybody is, like I said, everybody serves their purpose, and everybody is helpful, because I don't want to sit at a table with somebody that can't help me.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Waste of time.
It's a waste of time.
And people hate that, but that's why I had to change some of my environments, like, post-pandemic, was, like, some of my friends, like, not my friends currently, but some people just didn't understand that, like, limbo of figuring out who you want to be, like, what you want to do with your time, and how serious it is to you. Like, and that's why I think people need to be more understanding with, like, that's my biggest thing, is people are not compassionate enough. They don't take into consideration that maybe this person really wants to work on themselves. Maybe everything for them isn't just, like, you know, a good time. Like, and it's really hard trying to figure out your stuff. Like, you know, we get pushed into college and we think, like, this is what we want to do. And then you're in college and you're like...
Yeah. You're like, this is crazy. If anything, I learned more with the, like I said, throwing the person's clothes out than I learned in that classroom. You get what I'm saying? But I do feel like college is essential. Not so much the classwork, but the
experience, the life experience,
because
for sure.
You can tell people who really, like, have that essence to them, and then you can tell people who haven't been through anything.
Yeah, I always take pride in, like, my friends from college. Like, when I would go with my mom to, like, VA, like, my mom graduated from VSU, and, like, my mom would take me to homecoming all the time. Like, I was like, hello, carry-on dog. She's like, somebody stay in the hotel. They out having a good time, and, like, I'm just in the hotel watching a whole bunch of shows, eating. It was the time of my life, because that's what I love to do. But I would just, like, as I got older, and I went with my mom when I was in high school, and one of my friends from, like, Harlem, she was at VSU at this time, and I'm in 12th grade, I'm about to graduate, and I'm seeing, like, this environment, and I'm now thinking, like, my mom has been friends with these women for over 25 years, like, it's like those experiences that you have with people, I don't know, they're just so enlightening. Like, I see my friends today and, like, what they're doing, and I just laugh, because it's like, we swore we were going to be doing something totally different, and, like, a lot of them are, like, very successful in the things that they're doing, and it's just, time flies.
It does,
and, like,
it's beautiful to see it unravel. And I think what also I feel like we don't speak about enough is how much you can bond with people over struggling with them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is definitely a tie, a soul tie. You know, especially when you're up now. You get what I'm saying? When you weren't at the best of places, who was, you know, around you? When you really were at your lowest point, those people who are around you, it doesn't matter where you are in life, you always see them in a good light.
Yeah,
you know,
because they had patience with you.
They had patience with you, and they was really there to see some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, about you, where it's like, all right, we're gonna round it up. How we gonna get the water? Like, how are we gonna do this? No, seriously. So it's like, it's special. I only have a couple people I can say that really knew me in a point in my life where it was just like, all right, like, that can see things unravel for me now. And they always hit me up and they're just like, Kim, like, if anybody feels this and wants to, like, cry about it, it's me. And it feels good. Yeah. It feels good because not everybody knows you at those, just like comparing to, like, when you make it in life. People are like, oh, wait until you make it. And it's just like, sometimes you want to come up with people you were down with. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Because you don't know. When you're up, you don't know who's really with you or not. Like, you don't know. Like, you don't know, like, all of a sudden everybody want to go out for drinks. It's a lot. You get what I'm saying? Like, everybody want to see you. Everybody want to see you. Get to know you.
That's what I tell you. That like, social media is not hot.
It's not.
I post because I just like to keep up the attention and the momentum for when I'm gonna post about my podcast.
Yeah, you're branding yourself.
Yeah, that's the only reason. Like, or maybe I might be out and I'm like, yo, this food look good. Let me show y'all this food. But I don't like post because I'm like, I need to do this. Like, this has to happen. Like, no, because it's just like some shit you really want to keep to yourself. Yeah, you want it just for you. But like twice within a month, I was like, I just want to delete my Instagram. And I was like, you can't delete your Instagram. You got shit you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, it's just crazy. But yeah, people see things. That's why I meant about like the going out for drinks and the eating. And I'm with my homegirls. I'm not with no random chicks like linking up. No, I'm with these 2-3 girls.
I'm not gonna lie,
my
with
cousin.
your podcast, gotta be more open. You have to.
What you mean, like
more open, like to meeting new people?
No,
and,
yeah,
like, getting
I
a little
do.
bit more in your space.
I really do.
It's a chance you take.
I believe I'm a great judge of character.
Yeah.
Like, I truly, I can't nobody tell me I'm not. Like, Kim, you're a lovely person. I've probably worked with 20, 30, 40 people there. And I mean, like, you know, it's people that's cool. But, like, I feel like I be seeing people for who they are. Yeah. So, I, like, you know, and you reminded me of an old friend of mine who's, I told you, is also Haitian. And she, like, the way I tell her fucking stories, I just couldn't. But like, and I like and having people like making connections that people like you said that can inspire me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very hectic. I'm trying. Like, I'm not trying my hardest. I will not say that. I'm definitely not trying my hardest. But I'm trying, and I just need reminders. And I'm not trying to put no weight on you or nothing like that, girl. No. But I just mean like I am inspired by like what you do for sure. Because it's like I need to.
I'm inspired by your energy because I'm not gravitated by people easily. I'm not easily impressed. Yeah. So when we're at work, we're all wearing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Basically, we're in black, or we're in white. So it's like when I kept your name's Sapphira, but I kept calling her Sapphira because that song Sapphira. What was it? Who sings
this song? I don't know this song. So
I would always come. You probably don't know this, but I would always come to her bar and be like Sapphira, and I don't know what it is. Like something about her. One thing about me, I love different people. Like if you're doing the same stuff, I could smell it on you. Like, you want to act like everybody else. Like so with you, I just felt like something was different. Like no, something's different about this girl. Like I'm gonna talk to her. So I was at the bar, and that's when we had the funny conversation. I was telling you the story. I was like, I'm gonna talk to this girl, and I'm gonna let her know that I'm not like the other people here. I'm cool or whatever. So I think that something about you radiates different. And then when I did add you on Instagram, I was like, there she goes. Gotcha. There she goes. She's different. Like, guys, I don't know if you can see this table. Like, this is different. Like, can you tell them how you made this table?
Like, yeah. Well, I bought the table off of Amazon. It's a bar table. And I found, because, you know, let me tell y'all the truth. The white people are moving in, okay? When I worked in Brooklyn and I worked in Carroll's Garden and Williamsburg, towards the end of the month, when people are moving out, they'll leave, like, dishes. They'll leave, like, shit that they didn't want when they were moving out. And I would, like, walk by and I'm like, yo, this is so random. Like, they're just leaving shit for people to grab. Like in Harlem, they'll be like, "What the fuck you got this trash out in the street?" And I was walking down from 8th Avenue and I seen like this pink mirror sitting out, and I was just like, the white people are here. I was like, they are here. So I was like, but this mirror is kind of cool. Let me like just take this mirror. So originally I was gonna put it up, and then I was like, girl, why would you put the mirror up? The camera's gonna show in the mirror, the lights. So I was like, it's actually larger than the table, so it'll give me more space. So let me make a tabletop. So I just made it a tabletop.
And I thought it would be cool
blue around to check my boogers too, if I had any.
I'm dead. That's a good idea. Can you talk about the blue around?
Well, like, the blue, I'm really into color. Like I don't think of like I feel like I have an artist's heart, but I'm not an artist. But
that
all these different
fashion,
things,
maybe.
Yeah, all these different things are art, though. If you kind of like think about it. Yeah, I got the mouth because we're on a podcast and we're talking, and sometimes people like to smoke, so I use it as an ashtray. And this, I don't even like cats, but I do have a black cat, and this is like a little coaster, and it's like. But then it's like this black woman, this tray of her like about to stab someone.
Oh wow!
So it's like the idea of Shank you very much, yeah.
I'm really into artsy things. I think that's because my dad's an artist.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. I just like love stuff like that, and I talk so much. Like, I'm always fucking talking. We're always in here talking. So I was just like, I need to do something with my time. Like, I need to feel like I could start something. I'm used to starting things and not seeing it to the end because I would get so overwhelmed. But that's why I'm excited I'm on my medicine, because I just want to see what my life will be like with a stable mindset in a sense. So that's kind of like what I was
and
thinking on.
honestly, it's really great that you even recognize, like, okay, let me try this. It's remarkable.
You need to
save
your life.
Are not. Did we need medicine?
No, yeah. Someone was like, how long do you plan on being on Western medicine? And I was like, as long as I have a fucking sane mind. Like, I cannot stress enough, like, how I would feel. Like, it was, and I would love to be like, let me have some lavender tea and chill out. And, like, let me just like, my head and my mind, and I'm not insane, but, like, my mind is going, I'm thinking like this all the time. Like, I'm thinking about everything around me. I'm thinking about the next day. I'm thinking about how this person took what I said. I'm thinking about how this person said something to me. Like, and I had no control over it, and it affected me emotionally. I'm very sensitive. So in order to get the things that I want to get done, I needed to have some stability in my head. So that was what was important to me. So I had to choose that.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yes, but outside of that, I wanted to talk like tips, like hygiene tips. So basically, before my birthday, I had like a dress that like showed my back. And I was like, yo, back knee is on 100,000 right now.
It's on 1,000.
So I was like, let me get this together.
Girl, like.
So I started to exfoliate my back. So I was doing Dettol. You know Dettol? I'm probably saying it wrong. All the West Indians have it in their house. Like the bacteria, Dettol.
Oh, okay, I know about that.
So I was using, look, you like, the esthetician in her is like, bitch, not you using that.
No, I'm dead. I mean.
No, I was using it to like scrub my back. And then I would do bio oil on my back.
Okay.
And then I would also do silicone acid, you know. I'm no fucking doctor.
No, I'm not judging you. I'm just trying to hear your routine.
So I would put that on my back after, and it was clearing up. Like, I was changing my sheets properly, because I'm not filthy, y'all.
Yeah, but I was changing.
Yeah, it's very important. And I was kind of like, my thing is like, I don't be having like niggas in my bed or nigga.
It's the wine, y'all.
I do feel like with my braids and all of that, sometimes I will fall asleep on my bed, and my hair that has been out in the street, it may not be laying on something, but it's just taking up the toxic stuff in the air. It's on my bed, and that's just like, that's not hot. So I was like, I have to change my sheets more and like get my back together, and it helped me. But I feel like sometimes like people don't identify like how important their hygiene is. Like, we like, oh, I washed my face, I brushed my teeth, like, let me go out into the world. Like, and it's like, it's so much more deeper than that. I feel like a skin routine, even when your skin looks to be fine, is important. Like, people don't wash their backs. Like, it's not a joke. Like,
back knee is something like that's on the rise. That's why I'm transitioning into facials and stuff. I'm giving y'all all the tea. Y'all should be. So I'm
gonna make sure this gets posted how it should. Cause
Gen facials are definitely coming soon, and Gen back treatments. So I have a lot of projects going on. I'm participating with a church actually on Saturday, so I'll be giving like facials, back treatments. In Queens, I believe, and I'm definitely gonna be hosting my own thing. You know what I mean?
Yes, please let me know.
Probably in Williamsburg, I think. I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do it in Williamsburg. It's gonna be like maybe like a Gen Facial Express, maybe just throwing out ideas out there, just so you guys can get a taste of how a Gen facial, signature facial would be. I just want you guys to love yourselves in your natural state. Like, we as women, we have makeup and all that stuff, but
you gotta make sure you're good under that.
To feel good in your skin, I think that was just, my mom's a hairstylist. Okay. I'm around so much self-care. You get what I'm saying? My mom has her own business, you know, and growing up, my hair was always done.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, I was never allowed to go to school with like a scarf or anything like that, like a bonnet. Like I was never.
That's wild.
When I seen that, I was just like, all right, that's a little different. You know what I'm saying? My mom would literally beat my ass.
Yeah.
Excuse my French. So for me, I've never wanted to do hair, but I couldn't even believe I got into skin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't know.
Things fall into your lap.
It falls into your lap. And I'm like, damn, girl, you never really wore makeup like that. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So once I cleared up my skin, I feel like such a bad, I have no other way to say it. I feel like such a bad bitch just wearing my skin, lining my lips, a popping lip gloss, and my lashes is just like, I feel so good. And then just to know that I'm just like in my own skin, like it's weird. Like I just feel like such a bad bitch.
Yeah, no,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Trust
and I got a
me.
nice fit on, and I'm just. Just like, but
just
just me,
you.
like
Exactly.
I'm me for me.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? Like you can't tell me nothing. Like nobody can tell me nothing because this is really me. Like I'm presenting and I'm saying like
because you're taking care of yourself and
taking care of myself, and that for me
means a lot.
And that's why I wanted to become an esthetician.
I love it.
All right. So yeah.
So as we close out, do you have any like pro tips for like skincare or like like skincare or like hygiene things that you would recommend that people? I remember like years ago they were like, you know, St. Ives. Remember everybody used to use St. Ives. Yeah.
And I used to too. I used to think they were so good, and so I like went to school for this, and I was like, oh wow, like someone I consider like a big sister. She went to esthetician school, and she's a makeup artist. Well, she's not a makeup artist anymore, but she has her hands in everything. Everything, yeah.
Yeah. So, but she went to school for all that stuff, and she was like, she was on Instagram like, stop using St. Ives. And this was years ago, and I was just like, I haven't used St. Ives in years because like I suffered with acne so much growing up, and like it's like my father suffers with acne, so I had to be very serious about everything I use for my skin. And that's why I stopped eating meat, because I was just like, do you want to eat fried chicken?
Yeah.
Or do you not want cystic acne flooding your face because of the hormones in the chicken? So I had to choose. And that's why I was like, bitch, your face.
Yeah.
Like, fuck
crazy.
that chicken.
Yeah. My sister, so I grew up with my sister having a lot of cystic acne. I didn't have acne when I was younger until I was in middle school, and I was like, we gonna have to, it really messes with your confidence. Like
100%.
100%. I don't want to go outside with my face looking crazy. And that's another reason why I got into this field, because I'm just like, it really, one thing about it, why life is so short. Why live it insecure? Why live insecure? Like, why not live feeling good about yourself, feeling great? Whoever's mad about that, maybe they should feel the way you feel. Like, mind, body, and soul. Like, you gotta feel good about, you gotta be confident in who you are. Feel okay in your skin. The tips I would give people for skin, I would say start with your diet. Yeah. Like you said, like you're a pescatarian, I would say start with your diet. Honestly, I love cheese. I'm Haitian, so we eat pork. We don't come for me. But I will say that like staying away from like cheese, like I would say staying away from a lot of red meat, like things like that affects your face. Start inner and then move. And I would say go to your local esthetician or somebody that, you know, maybe you looked up and that like you like, because everybody likes different things. Like I like more like ingredients that are like environmentally friendly. I like clean skincare. Like that's what I'm into. Some people may not be into that. They might want like the, you know, the real big. The thing is,
they want a chemical peel.
They want a chemical peel, and I would, don't get me wrong, you can still get a chemical peel, but you can get a green peel. You can get like, there's so many different things that you can do that's better for you. I also believe that like the way you feel about yourself will come out. Like just because you have a zit today, don't mean you can't walk outside like you're it. You feel me? Like we're human. Like we get zits.
Speaking of the zits, they have the pimple patches, which I've used before, but they have them like stars and hearts, and I need to order them. Like that's
so you.
That is cunt. I love that.
She would use a word like that, and I just feel like, listen, Listen, go to your local esthetician. If you can't afford a esthetician, research.
Yeah.
Like, there was times where we didn't even have the internet like that. Google, YouTube, people making tutorials all day long. Go on there. You know, as long as somebody's educated about what they do, take some tips. Like, there's no shame in that.
On YouTube, you could watch someone. I mean, everybody's body reacts differently to things, but I feel like YouTube, you could watch someone express like things that the outcome they've had from certain things, and that's why, like, not even to go too far with this, but like the skincare industry, like, you know, with so many celebrities just popping up and doing skincare things, and then you have like places like Glossier that are like, I don't know how the Glossier's products are, but I know I seen the fucking line outside of there, and I was just like, it's no way this company that just like got popular over the past year or two has y'all convinced that this is the treatment to all things. Like, it's just like, I just feel like when it comes to skincare, you just need to be very much more aware of things. Like,
and as women of color,
you
know, like, what esthetician you should go to that really understands our skin. So that's very important.
And I've always seen, like, since I was in like high school, not always, but like, and since high school, I would, because my mom worked for the hospital, I don't want to say which hospital, because she worked for the hospital, I was able to like get access under her insurance to different, like, you know, different practices, and I was able to go to a black dermatologist, and that was so important to me, because it's just like things like that, like, they understand, not fully, because, you know, that's the thing with medicine, is it's always being practiced. So they understand to the point that they can what our skin can endure and what, like, affects our skin. Like, I'm telling you, I was on all kinds of things, all kinds of antibiotics, big ass fucking pills, and none of that has changed my skin how stop eating meat has. Like, I don't even like wearing hair like this. I like keeping my hair on my face because my face will build up so much oil from the hair around me.
She says like keeping her hair out of her face is the best thing.
100%. Like, that's why that's not the only reason why I stay in braids, but that's one of the reasons why I stay in braids, because it's just like, I oiled my scalp, and it was like pouring down on my face, and I was at home, so I was just like, I'm chilling, forgetting like how my skin reacts to oil, and I got a huge pimple that, like, by the time it went down, it was like a dark bruise on it, and because I didn't touch it or pop it or anything. So it's just like really getting to know yourself, like, and not only like, I feel like personally,
drink a lot of water.
Water.
Don't be afraid of water. If you're afraid of water, that's gonna affect a lot of things.
And I feel like meat and stuff like that, it's about moderation. Like, a lot of us, like me, I taste food and I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like, what the fuck is this? And I be like around my friends, they ain't eating stuff, and I'm just like, yo, this is insane. I miss it so much. But it's all about moderation and just being aware that, like, that kind of stuff affects your underarms, like your body too. Like, I've been trying to tell people that, like, they, like, if they'll mention anything like that, I'm just telling them, like, if you just cut back on the meat, like, what that animal's eating is coming out of you as well.
That energy too, and how they were killed, all of that. And don't get me wrong, and I'm a meat eater. I don't eat meat every day though. I cut back so much, and I see my life change. I even go sometimes months without eating meat, because it's really not good for us, y'all. Like, don't get me wrong, I love chicken, but it's just not, like, I
love chicken too if I could eat one, but I still love it.
No, she's not with it. She's not with it, and stay like that. Cause that's great.
At this point, I'm loving fish. I'm eating seafood like it's like I have a river behind me. My best friend was like, Sapphira, like, literally, you're the bear. You're the bear that the fish is worried about. That's neither here nor there. I loved having you here. I really hope you enjoyed it.
I did. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
It was very informal.
Yes. It was all over the place, but I know y'all like that. So everything.
It wouldn't be Shank you very much without being all over the place.
Shank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Bye, guys.